I never thought I'd have to lock my own garage door to stop the HOA from stealing my truck. Two men with reflective vests stood outside holding a crowbar, and their boss, a woman with platinum hair and a tiny barking dog, was shouting orders like this was her property, not mine. When the sheriff's lights finally hit the driveway, I realized something my quiet neighborhood was about to explode. My name's Archer Zane. I've been a firefighter for 15 years and lived in Maple Creek for 5 of them. Peaceful, quiet, nothing ever happened. Until the HOA got a new president. Her name's Harmony Pritchard. Late 50s hair so bleached it hurt your eyes, sunglasses even when it rained, and a voice sharp enough to strip paint. The first week she took office, she fined my neighbor for unsightly recycling bins. The second week, she threatened to remove someone's porch light for being too bright. By week 3, I was already keeping my head down, just trying to avoid her clipboard. That night, I had just finished a 12-hour shift at the firehouse. I parked my fully restored cherry red '87 Silverado in my garage, shut the door, and was about to grab a beer when I heard the metallic grind of a tow truck outside. At first, I thought someone parked wrong on the street, but then I heard boots crunching on my driveway. I cracked open the side door of my garage, and there they were, 2 guys with reflective vests, one gripping a crowbar like he was about to break in. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" I demanded. One of them blinked. "Work order from the HOA. Tow a red pickup in violation. In my garage." Before he could answer, I heard the click of high heels. Harmony strutted up the driveway like a runway model of suburban tyranny. "You were warned, Mr. Zane," she said, flipping open her clipboard. "Commercial vehicles are not allowed on residential property." "It's not commercial," I snapped. "It's my truck. My name's on the title, and it's inside my garage." She waved her clipboard like it was a badge. "It's an eyesore. We've had complaints." "From who?" "The garbage can across the street." Her lips tightened. "We're authorized to enforce community standards. You refuse to comply, so we're removing the violation." That's when I realized she wasn't bluffing. I stepped back into my garage, slammed the door, threw the bolt, and grabbed my phone. "I'm calling the sheriff," I said through the door. She scoffed. "You're being dramatic." 10 minutes later, flashing red and blue cut through the night. The deputy walked up, listened to both sides, then turned to Harmony. "Ma'am, you can't order entry into someone's private garage. That's trespassing. Maybe attempted burglary." For the first time, her face lost color. I showed him my security footage cameras inside and outside. The inside shot caught the man testing my handle with the crowbar. The outside camera caught Harmony directing him toward my door like a choreographer. The deputy folded his arms. "That's criminal mischief at minimum. You're lucky he didn't break the lock, or we'd be talking felony." Harmony tried to claim miscommunication, but the deputy wasn't having it. He filed a report and told me to preserve the footage. When they drove away, I thought it was over. I was wrong. The next morning, I took everything to the sheriff's office. Turns out, Harmony already had a file, dozens of complaints from other residents. One couple said she fined them for incorrectly shaped bushes. Another said she aimed motion sensor alarms at their flower beds. That was when I met Theo, a Vietnam vet who used to be on the board. He handed me a manila folder and said, "You'll want to see this." See. Inside were meeting minutes emails and proof that Harmony had been steamrolling votes, redirecting HOA funds for decorative upgrades to her own lawn, and approving fines without board consent. "This is gold," I muttered. Theo smirked. "It's leverage." That night I scanned every page and sent them to Officer Langley, the detective on the case. 2 days later, he called me in. "Zane," he said, "we found financial discrepancies, tens of thousands missing from the HOA's accounts." Turns out, Harmony had created a fake landscaping company, Green Ridge Solutions, to funnel money to herself. While investigators dug through the finances, Leela, a forensic accountant, found something even worse. Harmony had bought equipment, directional microphones, and RF receivers listed under structural monitoring. In plain English, illegal audio surveillance. When DOJ investigators raided 2 homes that had routine HOA inspections, they found hidden mics behind the vents. Private conversations recorded and uploaded in real time. The neighborhood freaked out. What started as a petty parking dispute had turned into a full-blown criminal case. A few weeks later, Harmony was arrested. Her smugness evaporated when the feds walked her out in handcuffs. I figured that was the end until Theo called again. "You need to see this." At the clubhouse, he laid out satellite photos and city drainage maps. Harmony had filled in an old retention pit, the flood basin that managed storm runoff for the lower half of the neighborhood. She'd done it to expand her backyard. She rerouted the drainage ditch directly behind her property, right toward mine. Leela pointed to the photos. "If there's a heavy rain, your home's in the flood zone." That's when I broke. I remember sitting there, elbows on my knees, thinking, maybe I should have just let them tow the damn truck. Maybe I made it worse. Fighting the HOA had turned into a criminal circus, my name on every report, my house at risk. I was exhausted. But then Theo said something that hit me square in the chest. "If you quit now, she wins." People like her always count on decent folks getting tired. That was all I needed. I stood back up. Then let's finish this. City inspectors came 2 days later. They confirmed the retention pit had been illegally filled, the runoff rerouted without permits. The permit number Harmony submitted belonged to a dog kennel in another state. She'd even forged the soil analysis. When investigators confronted her, she tried to say she didn't know. No one bought it. And then came the trial. Harmony sat across the courtroom, beige suit too tight. Jaw set like she still ran the show. The prosecutor listed the charges: criminal trespass, embezzlement, illegal surveillance, environmental fraud, and obstruction of infrastructure. They played the footage from that first night Harmony directing the tow crew at my garage door. The judge turned to me. "Mr. Zane, why did you install security cameras in your garage in the first place?" I looked right at Harmony. "Because I didn't trust the HOA." Silence. Even she didn't look up. The prosecutor showed the audio files, hundreds of hours of private conversations. Then the bank records, the fake vendor invoices, the forged permits. It was like watching a house of cards collapse in slow motion. When the verdict came, it was brutal and short. Guilty on all counts. 6 years in state prison. No parole before 2. Her accomplices, Marcus and Sheila, got lighter sentences after testifying against her. As the bailiff led her away, she turned once, maybe looking for sympathy, maybe disbelief. All I felt was relief. Not triumph, not revenge, just the end of something rotten. The court ordered the HOA dissolved, replaced by a temporary oversight committee. The city reimbursed residents for illegal fines. Engineers repaired the drainage system Harmony had sabotaged. For the first time in months, Maple Creek felt normal again. I didn't run for the new board. I'd had enough of power and clipboards. I just helped write the new bylaws limits on authority transparency clauses, public audits. We made sure no one could ever weaponize an HOA again. That last evening, I pulled my Silverado into the garage, shut the door, and let the lock click into place. The sound echoed in the quiet, steady, and final. Sometimes justice doesn't come with applause. It comes with the simple peace of knowing no one's trying to take what's yours ever again.